Hey tennis fans, I'm Grace Carter and this is Tennis Now presented by Tennis Express. Tennis Express, order today and it ships today. Long shots rule Roland Garros about as often as tourists leapfrog the Eiffel Tower. You get the idea? Since 1999, only one unseeded player has won Roland Garros, and that happened back in 2004 when then 44th ranked Gaston Gaudio saved match points and upset Guillermo Coria.
0-6, 3-6, 6-4, 6-5, 8-6.
Oddsmakers have Rafa Nadal as the favorite this time to capture his 10th French Open championship. Reigning champ Novak Djokovic and 2015 champion Stan Wawrinka are also among the leading contenders. But history tells us a dark horse won't win. But we thought we'd take a look at the 5 men who could electrify the City of Light. Here's our top 5 list of men who just might break through. Number 5, Fabio Fognini. His strengths: he's got great feel with free-flowing strokes and a mischievous mind. Fabio can create some pure magic out there. Inspired by the home crowd, Fabio demolished world number 1 and reigning Rome champion Andy Murray in a masterful Rome performance. He was a quarterfinalist in 2011, and he's one of only 7 men who have beaten Rafa Nadal 2 or more times on dirt. He's also the first man to ever rally from 2 sets down to topple Rafa in a Grand Slam tournament, a feat he achieved in a brilliant display at the 2015 U.S. Open. All 4 of Fabio's singles titles have come on clay. He's an exceptional volleyer. Remember, Fabio partnered with Simone Bolelli to win the 2015 Australian Open Doubles Championship. But his challenges: the craziness. Now, we love watching Fabio, but let's be honest, his antics can go from nutty to self-destructive when he melts down on the court. And when his inner clown comes out, it can get ugly sometimes with the tirades. The Italian has a solid first serve, but his slice second serve can be shaky under pressure, contributing to his 10-46 career record versus top 10 opponents. And given that his wife Flavia Pannetta just gave birth to the couple's first child last week, it's understandable if tennis isn't Fabio's primary focus during the French Open. All right, next up, Nick Kyrgios. Nick's strengths: holding serve is key to winning Grand Slam titles, and nobody does that better than Nick this season. He leads the ATP Tour in service games held at 92%. Nick often brings his best tennis against the world's best. He beat Novak Djokovic back-to-back in Acapulco and in Rome, and has beat Rafa Nadal and Roger Federer. One of the finest all-around athletes in the sport, Kyrgios can attack with his serve and return game and often thrives on big stages. Nick's challenges: his 21-15 career clay court record is by far his worst of any surface. An ongoing hip injury has slowed him down lately. He lost to Rafa in Madrid and withdrew from Rome, putting his participation in Paris in question. Durability and stamina are question marks, and he lost his beloved grandfather earlier this month. The 19th ranked Aussie has only gone 5 set distances 6 times in his career. He's an immense talent who has basically underachieved at the majors. His best Grand Slam results are quarterfinals at Wimbledon and the Australian Open, and he's managed just 5 career French Open wins. Number 3 on our list, David Goffin. His strengths: he's done well at the French Open. He made it to the 4th round in his 2012 debut and the quarterfinal just last year. He's the son of a tennis coach, and he grew up playing on clay and is supremely skilled redirecting pace down the line. His backhand down the line is a signature shot, and it's a dangerous weapon. He is one of the sport's most accurate returners, and right now he's 8th on the ATP Tour in return games won this season. David has a 10-4 clay court record into Paris, and he's won 4 of 7 matches versus top 10 opponents this year, including victories over Novak Djokovic and Dominic Thiem during his run to the Monte Carlo semifinals. Now, his challenges: in the age of tennis Goliaths, the 5'11", 150-pound Belgian is one of the slightest men in the top 50. While he compensates with quickness and precision, he gives up substantial size, strength, and reach to several contenders. And though he's improved his first serve considerably, his second serve can sometimes be a bit sketchy when he's under pressure. Next up on our list, a player who began playing at age 5, now just 15 years later, Alexander Zverev is rocketing up on the world's elite, or Sasha as he's called. Sasha's strengths? Jolting power, a menacing serve, and one of the biggest two-handed backhands in the game. Many players on tour say he is a future world #1. The 20-year-old Zverev dismissed Novak Djokovic in the Rome final to become the youngest Masters champion since the 19-year-old Nole won the Miami Open back in 2007. Zverev has career wins over 3 former French Open champions, Roger Federer, Stan Wawrinka, and Novak Djokovic. And he's 8-12 lifetime versus the top 10. Not bad. He should arrive in Paris pretty confident after winning 2 of his last 3 clay court tournaments, a streak that propelled him into the top 10 for the first time. His challenges. The 6'6" Zverev is still growing into his body, and while he's worked really hard on his fitness, he says he still has to get a lot stronger. He's had double success playing alongside his brother Misha, but his net game still could use some improvement. The youngest player on our list has played just 7 career Grand Slam events, and his only Roland Garros appearance ended in a third-round loss to Dominic Thiem last year. While Zverev has shown more concentration this season, the maturation process takes some time. Alexander is still prone to sometimes losing his temper over errors or questionable calls. And our last pick for a potential dark horse winner, Dominic Thiem. His strengths. Dominic showed clay court command, soaring to the Roland Garros semifinals last year. The 2011 French Open junior finalist has a booming backhand that demands attention and a massive forehand that controls rallies. If you needed a reminder of his damaging baseline style, well, you got it with his Rome deconstruction of Rafa Nadal last week. What a match. He became just the 7th man to score at least 2 clay court victories over the king of clay. Known as one of the hardest working men in the game, Thiem's dedication, his competitive spirit, and appetite for the fight make him a fan favorite. Now his challenges, court positioning and transition skills are still works in progress. Because his big swings take time to generate, Dominic is most comfortable playing several feet behind the baseline. That makes him vulnerable to players who can take that ball early like Novak Djokovic. While Thiem's smash is a major weapon, he doesn't always choose the right approach shot and is still learning how to cover the net. Every great player has a nemesis, and Novak Djokovic has been an overwhelming obstacle for Thiem. Novak destroyed Dominic 6-1, 6-0 in the Rome semifinals, raising his record to 5-0 against the 23-year-old Austrian. We have no idea who's going to win, but it's a sure bet this tournament's going to have a lot of exciting matches with these young players. That's our news for now. I'm Grace Carter, and we'll see you next time here on Tennis Now.